You taller than one?
Key number one in business. Always put your opponent in a weak chair that's broken. That's lower than you.
I set up the chairs too, and I'm in a broken chair. Thank you, Sabrina.
And that's the first business tip of this podcast.
What's going on, guys? Steven and Sabrina here with our State of the Business podcast. We are here with CEO, owner, founder Anthony Kapasakis. Welcome to the podcast.
It's an honor.
Welcome. How are you feeling, sir? Down from the
Better
south.
now.
Better now.
Better now.
But yes. All right. Let's get right into it, though, Anthony. So we got a lot of questions today. We're going to start with more or less the origin, right, the purpose of all this, sets and whatnot. So in one sentence, what problem does sets exist to solve for members?
We're here to give a platform for generational health. And I fully believe in that, from foundational fitness to senior citizens. And you look around the room, right, in a world that we kind of separate into boutique fitness, right? You go into this segment, you go in that one, young kids here, older people here. This gym brings it all together. You know, I think when we're working out, it's like the Thanksgiving Day table. Yeah. You know, you got your kid cousin next to you in the same group as your grandma, and you guys are all working out doing the same thing at your own pace. And because of that, we have dialogue, community, great conversations, I really think, great relationships, and that all happens in one place. So we're able to carry that out, advance with them, create generational health. That's amazing. Which is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Generational wealth. That is especially just looking into the future of fitness. I feel like that is what people want to do. They want not just them. It's how do I give this to my kids? How do I show them by example?
It don't matter how much money you have, you can't enjoy it. You can't get off the couch.
Yeah, 100%. If you want to go into question 2, Sabrina.
Yeah, so, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of other little boutique gyms. Everyone has their own little niche. Sets is kind of that breeding ground where everyone can come in and not feel judged. Mm-hmm. What made you open up yours? Like, what was that first initial spark where it's like, my gym is worth getting out there. I'm opening up a big one, like in your hometown, Jackson.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's anything that, like, we love what we do, right? And I've talked about this before. We love what we do. We believe in this, but there's nothing unique about it. You know what I mean? It's the execution of it that's unique. I'm a thief, right? I see something I like, I steal it, I bring it in here, right? Okay, we opened up this gym, right? The first Jackson Freehold. We didn't have dumbbells. Yeah. It's like year 3. Yeah. We didn't have skiers, rowers, or any of that stuff. We had like a Bosu and me and Mike yelling.
A lot of squats.
A lot of squats, a lot of burpees.
Squats,
but
burpees.
And that's what the hybrid training thing is. Don't get me wrong. I know it's trendy now, but hybrid training is made up. Just like CrossFit's made up. All of it is strength conditioning, progressive overload, functional movements. That's all the same thing, just with rebrand. Jane Fonda was doing it in the 70s. Yep. It's all the same shit. So like I don't think that X's and O's is all that different. It's all about execution and presentation that makes us separate from the other brands, and what I'm the most proud of with us, because we continue to grow this thing as new stuff comes out. The name gives us flexibility to adopt new modalities, and Mike and his team does a great job of constantly updating the programming and staying on top of that with his relentless research and crazy Instagram algorithm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you keep the meat and potatoes, as we always say, of like the workouts, and you can't change that, but the way you present it is what really, and that's what the members tell us too. The way we come across as coaches is what makes them stay, and it just really sells us as a brand overall.
It's the coaches, man. It's 100%.
Always. Drive it. Yeah.
Well, then just staying on that topic, what was the moment that you said this needs to get scaled, that I need to go into more than one location and then into franchising?
So I was 22 when I launched it, and I was just hungry. I was thinking about winning, right? Built a good team, and then we got to the second gym, then just got to the third, but I didn't really realize what we were doing, like what the impact we were having, until COVID. I mean, when that happened, right, I knew I had a great team because we brought everybody into the room. I was actually, if you remember, driving to sign a lease that day to open up Neptune. Yeah. And instead of doing that, we got the news that we were gonna, curb the whatever spread for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So we came here, I had a big team meeting, and I was like, all right, guys, we got to double down on everything, and we did. And we pivoted quickly.
Core tone.
Yeah. All the stuff that we did quick. And the funny thing is, and I was thinking about this morning, was that everybody in that room is a gym owner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's enough.
Think about it.
Right.
Kristen, right? Ryan, obviously. Will, Amanda is about to be, or they're on the corporate team.
Right.
I mean, even Max, who's not even with us, owns gyms now.
Three gyms.
So the
right.
people that we had in that room was unbelievable. So one, that made me think we got to grow, right? Because after when COVID happened, we shut down. We doubled down on all the content and everything. I mean, crashing Zoom like every single time we did a Zoom workout was insane.
And the YouTube workouts.
The YouTube workouts, yeah. I mean, that was insane. So like I saw, oh shit, people need this. And then people hanging out on Zoom, actually like drinking beer and wine, just talking. When everybody was kind of killing each other on social media, right? I mean, you had the reddest of the red and the bluest of the blues hanging out talking about how much that workout sucked. And I always say it, you know, shared suffering is the greatest bonder. So I saw that, saw the community, and then I go, wow, everybody deserves a home like this, right? And it's greedy for me to just keep owning. And that's when we go, all right, we got capable people, we got a team, right? So I said earlier, we got a great team, right? We have a clear need for this. Obvious people want to feel together. People are so isolated now post-COVID. And, you know, as soon as we opened doors, everybody came back to people fighting me to pay when I said, no, you don't have to pay. I mean, you know, a big thing, and we don't spend a lot of time bragging, but one of the things I'm most proud of is that we were in the red for 1 month of COVID. In the red, 1 month. Other gyms didn't come back.
And everyone stayed paid for the whole
Everybody
time.
stayed paid. They kept everybody, all the people stayed on payroll. And
Shut down other places completely,
super successful businesses went under, not even just fitness.
We tried everything. We did outside workouts. Remember the lines and the dots in here, and then half working out here. Yeah, parks would shut us down. Parking lot. We tried the parking lot out there. Remember when you tried to build the tent with me and you and your dad? It was more or less me just recording. I was useless, but he was trying to put like cement or weights in a thing with a tent outside of Jackson. And as soon as it started, it just went
we
over.
didn't think the tarp is not a good move because it turns to a parachute. So 100 by 100 tarp was a little dangerous.
Yeah, we tried everything.
But
the members are obviously appreciated. But I think the most amazing part of all that, of course, was just the staff. And like you said, and then we actually grew right out of that. It was amazing. We literally grew right away.
We had some big key additions after that from personnel. Phil Diaz coming on board was big. Then to Sabrina. But that team and the want and the happiness that those people had at the field, like they weren't allowed to touch each other or whatever, but they were like so happy to see their friends in the group or whatever. And dude, we've seen it 15 times over now. It's like that every single place. I mean, the walls are green and black. I love what Sets is, but the community and the leadership that we have within those communities is unbelievable. And that's why I wake up every day trying to keep growing this brand, because I think we owe it. And if we don't do that, we're not fulfilling our own potential. You know what I mean?
All right. So going off of, we're still franchising a lot right now and we're expanding a lot. And that moment you said it was a big, wake up call for you to really kind of take that opportunity and expand it. In that moment, was there other businesses that you were kind of watching and taking their concepts and saying, all right, I'm going to do this different, or I'm going to change this, or I'm going to stick to my value? Because there's a lot of, I'm sure, buzz in your ears with all these businesses and people, affecting you or kind of influencing you in making your decisions. So what did you do to make sure that you stuck to your values and with your concept?
Again, I'm a thief.
Yeah.
So every major franchise in the industry and a couple of successful other ones that I really like from a culture standpoint, I looked at every FDD, right? And fitness in particular is trapdoor after trapdoor. I'm a business owner. I own the gym. I know you don't need more than one to make money. And all these other systems have so many trapdoors and fees and all this other stuff that you need to be a multi-unit person to actually make money or get your ROI on a crazy investment. Mm-hmm. So I saw all those problems, right? I like the models. I think I took a lot of things from them, from all the bigger brands. I won't name them, but the bigger brands, you could look and see like, okay, that makes sense from a system, right? Standpoint, okay, took that. All right, this is how I would do this a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So in my head, I think always as an owner, right? Not as a franchisor. Yeah, we probably could make triple the money we're making, to be honest, from franchise fees going to percentage instead of flat. But I think having an isolated thing where it simplifies the business aspect, because I knew what my target was for these franchisees, where they pay a flat fee every single month, right? That covers their tech, their marketing, their franchise fees, their assets, all that stuff covered. One check there, one check to rent. They have their payroll and they have their utilities, and that's it unless they break something. And simplifying that process is a huge part of why I attacked the way we are franchising, which I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll get into, but like the people we're doing it with. Because it isn't a complicated business, and all these other companies are making it complicated
More
for
complicated
no
than it has to
reason.
be. Yeah, you took those problem areas and just made it way easier and more reachable for people like us to actually follow our dreams and, like you said.
And that's what
open
it
your
is.
own.
Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
I'm not getting people, I don't care. I do not care if you are private equity or you have enough money and you want to get your kid involved. I do not care.
Does not care.
Dude, the way we are doing this whole franchise, right, is from within, okay? It's the people who are already managers. Show me you earned your stripes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show me that you could operate this thing at scale for a year or two. Have a successful gym under your belt. Know what it looks like, know what it feels like, and then you're going to execute. We do not waste time on all these extra trainings as a franchise system. We have 4 motherfuckers, right, at corporate team, the board. They're 4 motherfuckers that just work real hard, right? I do not need a team of 50. Do not need an office in the city, right? Us getting it done, right, is because our franchisees that we're taking on already have the experience and they have the burning desire to do this as owner operators. Again, it's not private equity people. It's not people who have just daddy's money and they're doing it. They want to try something. They think it looks cool on Instagram, right? These are people that are already executing at a very high level. Some can find the money, some can't. I can help them with that. But I want to do this to show that you can be a coach forever. You can do what you love forever. All right. And I told people I was opening up a gym. They laughed. They laughed. I was like, oh, that's cool, a little hobby you have, you know? And this is not a hobby. Again, the lives that we have changed, the impact. We go to these holiday parties and we hear people tell us these crazy stories over and over again for what we have done for them, right? And it's because we're creating a place that does this. This is a career. And too many people right now in the industry, and the biggest problem that we see is they get overworked, burnt out, fired, moved on to the next and discarded. And they have to go back into the real world. And that sucks because like there are so many good coaches. So many good coaches out there that deserve their own platform. And they don't get the opportunity because buying cost is over $500,000. It's ridiculous. Doesn't need to be that. It costs $150,000 to own a sets. As if you own everything outright in cash. Full. Does not need to be that expensive.
With all the bells and whistles. I mean, everything's in here.
Yeah. Listen, we don't make the kettlebells. It's rogue. It is what it is.
Right.
So, but like I'm saying that it is an obtainable dream if somebody really wants to do this as a purpose. Because passion's not enough. Passion gets you to be a good coach. That's cool. If this is your purpose, your calling, what you're going to execute on for the rest of your life and feel fulfilled doing, this is for you. And I find it within our coaches because one, we beat the hell out of them early to find out if they can stick or not. And they progress. And if they're the ones that could take it and they can do it, because it's not an easy job, but the ones that can do it, we're going to give them an opportunity. I'll find them a place, right? We find you a place, we negotiate your deals, we help you with the build out, we have a whole build out team for that, and then we help you with the lead generation and marketing. So like you get to be a coach and an operator just like you were as a manager underneath me or whoever you work for. And that's why I think our system is simplified, affordable, and scalable at the rate we're doing because we're going to have success without having to waste any time training anybody to be, you know, in sets. Like you would for any other brand or franchise.
Which gets lost. The mission and the value gets lost.
Which rolls right into our next question. What does empowerment mean to you? And as you said, I mean, our team, we meet obviously once a week or we call whenever we need to or whatnot. But for the most part, it's you've empowered us with tools and we have our own meetings. We go off and we set our own agendas and whatnot. And I think we could brag to say we've been very successful, and I think we are successfully working with all the franchise owners, and the franchise owners are successful.
Yeah.
But all the way down to the part-time coach, what does empowerment mean to you, and what does that mean to forwarding sets?
Again, purpose and passion. If those are the two things they come to the table with, get the fuck out of the way. Right? Get the fuck out. What do? I get out of your way. Do I micromanage what you guys do on a day-to-day basis?
Not at all.
My coaches, if I think you're a good coach and I'm hiring you, I'm going to get the fuck out of the way. I'm not going to tell you when to tell them to rotate, raise your voice. You have to let them be them. And the version, when they signed up for this job, they had a vision in their head. Let them execute. When you get in the way, that's what messes it up. And that's kind of been how my style of leadership has been, because like you said, you're all capable.
Yeah.
We don't care what our age is. None of us have master's degrees. But we know this business and we know how to execute at a high level and we care. And, I know that you guys have those values.
Yes.
Same as the people on the floor, even as a part-time coach. Joe Castellano has been a part-time coach for 11 years, right? And he's the best.
Yes.
He's the best. And I don't ever once change, nah, man, I think you should do 10 jumping jacks, not 20 jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And that's I think the
Legendary weekend classes.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing is build a team and believe in your team. If you don't have that or do that or have that, you don't have a business. You just have a place for you to lead workouts, which isn't a thing.
Well, I can testify to that. Like I coming in as a 21-year-old intern, not having no idea what I do, just know that I love sets and I love watching you lead these people. And I had no voice. I was scared, and you never once you just let me be. Like you guided me on a path, but it was my path always. And I think that's so important because as an owner, like their coach, like that's their face, and your members like trust them. They love them, so it's like let them love who they are, not like who you want them to be.
Yeah.
And that creates authenticity too, which we go around talking with the owners a lot, and that's a huge thing for sales and is just being authentically yourself and letting your coaches be authentically themselves too.
It's been our leading word these last few weeks has been authenticity.
Yeah, it's not complicated. You care. People know you're going to care. It's the clearest thing to see.
And this could lead into our next question: why you chose franchising over corporately owning your own gyms? Owning them yourself. It could be, maybe you wanted to let people authentically be themselves, and
not the model so much, but like why did you open this up to franchising versus you just owning everything?
Because it's bigger than me, plain and simple. And now I know we're doing this thing for social media, but I don't believe in social media or bragging or talking about all this stuff all the time, right? If I was that, then I probably would own everything.
I've been trying for 10 years.
You probably would have done this podcast a lot sooner. Yes, yeah.
So I've actually asked him to do this. He goes, "No, people know you do it." I was like, "I don't own the company, dude. You do."
Well, I don't care. And I straight up don't believe in social media like bragging. You know what I mean? Everybody is putting on a facade. I don't do what I do for followers. I do what I do to inspire leaders. I don't want an audience of 50K, right? 4 motherfuckers. That's what I want my audience to be. If I could do that for Instagram, where you guys always see that, those people, do that.
Yeah.
But I just don't believe in that. And I think that my roots, I've never tried to be in front of the brand, put myself in front of the brand. And I think that's why franchising made sense, because I don't want, I don't need that. I don't need everybody to know who I am or get all the accolades for that stuff. I want to platform people and give them that experience, because I do believe owner-operator is the key. That you need to be present with your people if you're really going to build a community. And they see you. If I just owned everything, I would just be the guy writing the paychecks and answering bad emails. You know what I mean? But we could have totally done that. I just never, I would be getting in the way over and over again if I did that.
To brag for Anthony, I can remember a story where he was like, he wasn't so much talking to me as he was debating out loud. And we had a whiteboard in this office, and he was like, to franchise or not to franchise? And he was like, he always, not to get into his finance, he was like, I could own 2 gyms and I'll be happy for the rest of my life. But he's like, we don't, and the reason he went to franchising, correct me if I'm wrong, was how do we get to help as many people as possible?
Yeah.
And that was his underlying reason, because he originally was not for it. And he was like, I remember Mike and I were like, yeah, but imagine the money that could come into this and that. And he was like, but does that satisfy this? And it always came back to, do we help as many people as possible?
Yeah, you gotta, and the thing is, and the big driving force is that we had the people that could do it. I wouldn't have franchised if I didn't think I had the people that had the chops for it, and that's, and then not giving them glass ceilings is very important. Who wants to work a dead end job? This is, if you're into coaching and you want to progress in this and keep this as your life career, we're here to do that for you. And we're going to help you get there. As long as you're transparent about your goals with management and us, we will help you get there. Again, this doesn't have to be just a supplemental job for people. And it doesn't have to be just a starting job until you find your real job. Yeah. This could be it.
All right, so going off of franchising, and when you see these coaches and you see these people, and you're like, all right, that's the person that I, has that purpose, has that passion. What are you looking for? What values? What background do they have? Day-to-day reality, what does that kind of person look like for you? Who is it for? Who is Sets?
Yeah, and I understand this question, and I do think about it, but I have no idea, honestly. Yeah. I have no idea until we see it and we interact. I mean, we have nurses as owners. We have communication majors as owners. We have retired military as an owner, retired cop as an owner. We have, what do you see consistently between all of them besides they really give a shit? That's the only thing. Do you care? And do you can you work with people? Can you work under pressure? Can you do the hard work of waking up early, going to bed late? You know, because it is a grind. Nothing about this is easy. And I know, like my wife thinks I just go around and play with my friends all day, which it kind of is. She's not totally wrong. Yeah, it's a fun gig. But the thing is, though, like, you know, if you're having a bad day, like, you can't let it, reflect on the floor. You know, we always say leave it at the door. And, you know, so that could be hard sometimes. But, like, you know, doing it day after day, staying on top of your leads, doing the calls, like, you know, that's a grind. So I want grinders, I guess, and just people who genuinely care.
Discipline, yep.
Yeah.
Who shouldn't apply to not just ownership? Who shouldn't apply to be an employee at Sets?
Yeah. All right. That's an easier question, I think. Don't come here if you're here for yourself. You know what I mean?
What do you like? Self-serving?
Yes. So, like, you know, Mike Varro did a great talk on this, service for status, right? Do not come here to flex in the mirror and dance and have these people do what you say. You better come here to inspire people, right? We are not cheerleaders, right? We are the backbone to help these people improve, right? Soak every single minute and rep possible out of the time they're here. You get 50 minutes to try to improve this person physically and give them an outlet emotionally. Like, you better make it count. So don't come here if you're recording selfies of yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's funny sometimes, but, like, just don't be there for you. You know, be there for them. And in coaching, unfortunately, and a lot of problems I think is with social media, is that it's a lot of look at me, a lot of vanity, and that's a total kill for me, man. Yeah. Give me the bartender who likes to chop it up with you and yell and have fun and knows her X's and O's. Gina Tripp, right? Gina Tripp, she was great. All she did was bust her ass, have fun with people, jaw, and get into it. She never once did look at me. You know, that's the type of person that we want in here.
Yeah.
You're next. That was the next question.
Oh, gotcha. All right, well, I mean, treat standards, non-negotiables. Do you want to repeat ourselves here?
Wait, what? No.
For chapter 3, you said who should not apply?
Who should not apply? Ideal coach. Or, well, GM then, so I guess.
All right. So, looking for general managers, or if an owner is looking to staff maybe an HPC or a PD. Yes.
Okay.
Promotion, like how to develop them and what standards should they look for?
Like, it's not just a time thing. We're saying, like, when you get promoted to that next level, what are you seeing, or what would you want to see for that next person?
Oh, yeah. So, like, we don't do raises or promotions based on what you've done. We do what you're going to do, right? We've always said that for pay purposes. But, you know, the cream rising to the top, for me, has always been the feedback from the members. Like, when the members say over and over again, this person's name keeps coming up over and over again. I'm getting flooded with this person. I am 600 miles away from Freehold, where I live. I get email about Cal 2 to 3 times a week about how happy they are with him. That means Cal's ready, right? And that confidence right there goes, all right, Cal, I'm investing in you to help you open up Marlton and get this thing going.
That doesn't fire you up to go out there and bust your ass.
End of the day, I never fired a person. The members fired tons of people. Like,
It's true.
Like, no, you know, we're in the experience economy. If nobody's buying your ticket, that's bad for business.
Yeah.
So members fire people all the time. I've never had to do anything.
Yeah.
And they know that too. I feel like coaches have a good parameter of, like, oh, I'm kind of not well liked. I need to adjust myself. Yeah. And we see people turn things around.
I think the coolest part about our staff, I mean, Sabrina and I get the luxury of seeing so many staffs and owners, and it's pretty similar everywhere. But we've worked pretty close in hand with our staff, obviously our corporate staff. But I think the coolest part, and cool is like such a bad word for this, but of our main managers right now is how eager they are when we talk to them for just, okay, yes, like they hear what we're saying, but what's more I could do? Like, there's always like, they're saying, yes, I hear that.
Yeah.
And Cal, Rodney, Amanda, Jabari, go down the staff, KP, they're just like, right now we're working on a teacher promo in our Slack, everything we've said to do, and then they're adding more. And it's just so, like, it's invigorating. It's like, all right, it's not going to an empty hole, and like maybe they'll do X, and then maybe it'll work. It's how do we go the next step?
And the thing I think is big that we do too is that we are not checklist people. Don't just hit the boxes and then go on with your day, right? We're fortunate enough and blessed enough to have people that want to go the extra mile. So that's another big thing too, is that they're coachable. And you better have a hard conversation with some of these people. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a manager and you want them to be a manager, but they're not doing managerial stuff, have the hard conversation. Because that's one thing we've always been big too, is that we're transparent. You know, fucked up or fired up. If you're bothered by something, call me, let's meet up. Or let's talk this out, right? Not Slack or text, because I don't believe in that. Perception is everything. So if I say, hey, what's up, with a period on it, you're like, what the fuck, dude? What do you mean, what's up? But like, we've been open communication is a big thing, and having them coachable and giving them the hard talk for their own improvement, their own benefit, and they see it as, oh, this is for my benefit, that's a great thing.
And I think right on your point, because I think we're all coming from the same place, that we know if it's a passionate conversation, it's because we're passionate about what it is we're talking about.
If I didn't hit you up but I don't talk to you, that means I don't care about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that I'm coming out and talking about something negative is because I care about you to improve. And I think all of our leaders need to really adopt that instead of just, because if you're just hating on a coach, be comfortable in conflict. Because if you're not, you're just kind of bitching. Well, this coach doesn't really do what I want, but like, that's a you problem, dog. Like, you need to talk to your guy. Talk to your girl. Like, get this figured out. You're not being a good owner to them or a good manager to them.
You can't get defensive.
Can't get defensive, which is easy to get defensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this was, I think this question was a little misplaced. I should have had this in the first, but what one thing that we were going to, it's hard to, because we're talking about staff right now, but this is about what.
I can actually segue this.
Okay.
So earlier you were discussing how members fire people, right? Because they tell the people what they want when they lead the place, pretty much. I guess that's a good segue to get into what kind of member thrives at sets, pretty much. And we did talk about this in the very beginning. But we did talk about this in the beginning as well, is like how sets is for everybody and it's scalable, and we want that to be that general place that everybody just can feel like themselves and be comfortable and not judged. But what type of member would you say typically just thrives at sets, or does it come back to leadership?
No, it's the perfect person for sets, right, is somebody who wants to be a part of something more than the gym, right? It's good for that person. It's good for the grinder, right? Somebody just wants to get in, crush it, not say a word to anybody either. You know, it's like it's kind of almost all of it. People who want to compete at a high level, people who want to work out for the first time, a member that just, you know, is open to engagement, right? Because again, if you live in isolated, we all live in isolated worlds now on our cell phones. Why would you go to a gym like Planet Fitness and put your headphones on and even be more isolated in a group now? Like, so if you want to interact with people, right? You know, this is taking people to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to meet people, want to be a part of your community too, because that's another big thing, is that we do a lot with our communities our gyms are in. You know, we're at the events, we show face at all that stuff. So if you want to be a part of your community, this is a great place for that to happen and like kind of just naturally happen. Because endorphins are high, man. Everybody's having fun. Even if you're shot, like today's workout with Death by Machines, you know, I was laughing like crazy with everybody. I mean, Jabari then made the other side like harder than Death by Machines. I don't know how that's possible, but you know, shared suffering again. Like, I talked to 10 people in Hamilton today I never knew, and fist pumping on the way out. You know what I mean? So it's real easy to make friends and meet people, significant others.
Absolutely.
Twice.
A few times. But yeah, that's what it was for, I think.
So this next question is going to dive into how we do what we do here. Again, Pablo, I think they credit Pablo Picasso with this. They don't really know if he said it or not, but he said great artists don't borrow, they do steal. So like you keep saying, and then obviously make it into your own. So not so much the franchising model now, but talking about how we do with our support and our systems. What have you learned watching and obviously working in other places, and then expanding it to make it not just different, but unique in what we do and make it work for how we make it work?
I think I have a unique benefit is that I've never had another job. I've never even had a boss. So I had to learn how to like what that's like too. And seeing all the mistakes. I mean, when you buy a franchise, you're buying a book of mistakes that's already been happened that you fixed. And we have made tons, like tons of mistakes, from personnel mismanagement, communication mismanagement is the biggest one. Communication is so hard, especially as you scale. But that
text groups don't work, you mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, text. Yeah, everybody, give us a thumbs up if you understand it. You know, the mistakes from the programming. You know, coaching too hard or too easy. Those mistakes gave us kind of like the perspective and then how to learn to build systems. Again, COVID, as bad as it was for the world, it gave us a chance to sit on our hands a little bit and reevaluate, right? Let's go, let's take this chunk today. We'd talk on the phone for hours about, like, all right, how do we fix this so where it's more repeatable? And I think those conversations really led to where the systems that we have now. And every day is a new problem. We talk about every day is a new problem we got to fix or something like that. And it's having the team and the collaboration and then the execution hand has been big. So yeah, from other models, I've seen things that work and we've definitely implemented it for sure. But I think a little bit is a little uniqueness as to how we develop our things from within. Yeah. And experience.
And going off of that, like, walk me through the journey of what it looks like when you are picking out these specific locations. Like, you kind of, like you said, ahead of time. So, like, what is, the journey, the inquiry of the place look, the discovery of it, approving it, opening, and then just supporting them ongoing after that as well.
So Monday through Friday, I spend 1 day a week always doing location research, right? What markets are increasing in population? What are the trends? What are the income changes, right?
Jumping on that, are you also doing that off of inquiries for people?
No.
You're just doing this for your own, like, fresh perspective.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find the markets that I could correlate with already successful gyms that we have, right? And then replicate them and put that as our next spot on the table, right? I mean, when Cal never told me he wanted to move to Marlton, right? But I said, listen, this is a spot that's going to rock it. I found a good real estate option. I negotiated a very good deal. If you want it, it's here. Right, and that's kind of what we've been doing a lot of,
Built-in support before you even know you want the support.
Exactly. Honestly, we have everything pretty much outlined before we even ask you at this point now. So we find, like I said, don't get me wrong, some of these people have found the deals. They went out and did the research and stuff too, but I do spend a lot of time doing that, finding the next spot to present to who I think is ready next. And the thing too is, like, I know I'm gone, I'm not here. If you find that you are like, hey, Ant, I'm ready, no matter where you are, if you're Florida or Tampa, wherever, Tennessee or whatever, make sure you talk to your owner first, right? The owner first. But if you're interested, like, I will research and find a place. It doesn't take that many people, right? Planet Fitness sees 10,000 members. Our break-even point's 130, right? Probably even a little bit less now with our price point. So, our gyms carry within the first year 300. So you're just doing simple math. So I think everywhere deserves a place like this, can afford a place like this. It doesn't beat the people over the head with the membership price because you don't need that many. 300 people, you're set.
We'll continue in the support pillars that are given to franchisees as they come in. Can you touch on the pre-sale, especially with Sabrina here, the pre-sales and what that looks like for a franchisee?
Yeah, honestly, Sabrina does that. You can answer that.
Yeah. Our pre-sales process, as far as and a few of our owners will know this because they've been through the process, very hands-on. Essentially as hands-on as that owner wants it to be. So if they have their own experience and they are, capable and totally know the ins and outs of sales and the back end of sets and all of that, we're extra hands, we're extra support. If they're getting overwhelmed, we're here to be extra salespeople. Or you have the opposite where they have no idea what's going on, which is totally fine as well. Kind of like people coming into the gym, we'll show you either way. And we'll go through a whole ongoing onboarding process of training sales reps and then preparing our hopefully legacy members to sign up, and as well as a lot of marketing we do for
touch bases.
A lot of touch base just for pre-sale. So as far as pre-sale process, it's pretty straight to the point. It's onboarding these leads, getting their general interest, getting them on the phone. As Anthony says, phone calls are always easiest. You get to build that connection, telling them what Sets is all about, our mission, our values, which is the easiest part to talk about, is selling Sets, and then signing them up for hopefully a legacy membership and getting them locked in for life and getting the workouts going.
Yeah, because a big thing that I've always believed in too is that lean into strengths. Do not shore up weaknesses. So if somebody is not a salesperson, we have the support for that. If somebody is not good at making content, right, we have support for that. If somebody doesn't know how to teach coaches to coach, right, we really don't let you in if you don't know how to coach, because everybody's got to be a coach. But we do have a resource for that too, Mike. So all those avenues that happen, if you have a weak spot, we got your back. Go do what you're good at. If you're good at sales, all right, we'll help you build your team. Go sell your ass off, Phil.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? Send us up Angel. We'll coach him up, and we'll get him ready to be a good coach and a leader. You go sell. And if it's the opposite, like you're a really good coach, really good in front of the people, we got your back. Let us take care of the pre-sale for you. Barnegat. John was ready to coach. He had a population of already people he knew how to handle, and Phil sold the shit out of that place.
Yeah.
So we got your back. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing too, is being transparent and killing your ego and just saying I need help.
Yeah.
I need help in this way.
I think that's the most fun we have, Sabrina and I, when we go on our visits, and Mike, I know him as well, is that we get to look at not necessarily the holes in the franchise, but it's here's the areas that could be better, and here's how we can support that, because those are the things we're working on all the time. So just being able to do that for our franchise owners is
and again, there's delicate conversations because everybody is good. Honestly, everybody's doing really well, but I'm not good with well. I want great. Yeah. I want phenomenal for you, and we come from a point of saying we have your back relentlessly. Yeah. We are in your corner. So when I'm telling you something, just like I told Coach, you better project your voice a little bit more, right? Just because I care about you. I want you to be a better coach. Same with the owners, guys. We want them to do what they do better for their own benefit. But honestly, again, with flat franchising fees, right? We don't get any more money if you make more money. You know what I mean? It's not a percentage. Right. It's a flat fee. So we're coming from a genuine spot. It's not us shitting on you or attacking you or doubting you. It's just saying, hey, man, I think you should hit up more events and get a little relaxed.
If you want to be work traumatized, like Mike and I and now Sabrina have been by Anthony, have him just always have in the back of your head, we're not going to be like this in 2 years. We got to be ready. We got to be this in 2 years. We got to be ready. Instagram's going to be gone next month. What's the next thing? That is Anthony from day one. He's always been tomorrow's going to end. Are we ready for the day after that? And that's how I live life now. And it's helpful, and it definitely gets you fired up all the time. Yeah. But it's definitely like you said.
What's your option? Get lazy, keep doing the same thing over and over again?
Right.
We don't ask our clients to do that, do we?
No.
So why the fuck are we going to do that as owners and coaches? Right. So we need to relentlessly progress.
Attack.
Purpose, passion, progression. Attack, attack, attack. When in doubt, attack again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just keep hammering that, and you're going to punch your way through to something.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to man.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
You want to go to the workouts?
Chapter 5?
No, the...
Gotcha. I'm having such a hard time reading.
Yeah, protecting programming quality and culture.
Yes. Yes, very good. So Sets has a huge culture and a huge name for itself overall. How do you protect and make sure that Sets name is protected at all these different locations that you're not there at? States, yep, multiple different states throughout it, and just making sure that the quality remains, high still.
I think we're saved by our franchising process.
Yeah.
We're doing it from within. It's people that already believe what we're doing. A lot of people in franchising, you're selling a franchise, so you got to sell them on the branding, you got to sell them on how to do it, and then make them believe eventually. We don't do that. Mm-hmm. They open these doors already believing in the product and wanting to protect the brand. Of course, we leave leeway. We always say freedom within the framework, right? We want you to be able to be you. Own your gym, right? I'm not telling you where to put every single color or whatever, right? But overall, we do need to stay as a standard because what we are offering to people publicly, through marketing is very important. Mm-hmm. So we are saved by already having people that have been in the system, walk the walk, know what it is, know what it's supposed to look like, and not just trying to shoot from the hip. And again, the reason why we're in that position and we can grow the way we want to grow is we do not have a private equity partner. Mm-hmm. There is nobody behind me saying open up more units. Mm-hmm. I've given myself a raise in 2-3 years. I don't care anymore. I want the right people in the right spots, not just gym after gym after. I know it looks like that, but it's because we got a lot of dogs ready to run.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. We don't have to force anything just to hit somebody's bottom line.
Yeah.
And that's been a freedom as a whole that has protected our brand a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good little wrap up to everything we're saying in this little segment here is. So I'm sorry to make you hold this. So from a unit economics mindset, meaning the gym in itself, without making false promises or in a year from now we're going to pay you this, what cost drivers and revenue levers creates great operators and lets them still have control? So how can I have this great gym, but I know it's going to take me a year, and how can I get this HPC involved and keep them motivated? And that, hey, or not a coach yet. I want them to become an HBC because we might not have an HBC right away.
Yeah.
So how do I get that to that year point and bring that person along with me? if that makes sense.
No, it does. It's from an operational standpoint, it's walking the walk, being involved in everything. I believe leaders eat last, man. Like, you should not be taking the payday before you pay somebody else. Build your team first. Again, I said his name already a couple times. Phil Diaz did a great job of that. He built his team. He gave a salary before he could afford a salary to his manager. And I think that's why he slingshotted in a brand new market. So that's personnel is the biggest lever, and then empowering them, and then getting out of their way and making sure that you keep good talent and you pay good talent, because that is the product. That's equipment. The coach is the product, and I think that's very important from a scale standpoint. But that's probably the biggest one to me, is just make sure you plan to build your team first. Build your foundation, take care of your people, and they'll take care of you. It's that simple.
All right, so kind of shifting gears here, kind of looking at what we don't want now when it comes to franchising. What are some red flags that you might see in some owners or some hires, or even maybe some locations where you're just like, maybe not a good look, or not good to kind of fully commit to that person or that essentially spot?
Yeah, I mean, the big one right now is like inquiries from the outside. I appreciate it and I respect it. A lot of them are passionate members, which I love, have relationships for the most part with, but we're just not ready for that yet. If we want to pair you up with somebody that we believe in, that's the road we can go down, but I'm not just opening this up for your kids or whatever. So that's a red flag from that aspect, or something that we try to avoid. And you asked what, for coaches and? For
hires, yeah. So essentially now, because you said you like to have people with experience, so if a member comes to you and wants to be a coach, how do you look for red flags with that as well?
Yeah, of course. So I know that's not, I know it's always a difficult conversation.
Yeah.
I've always loved hiring members because they're passionate, and they're passionate enough to now learn something new and then try to lead within the culture. I think it makes for some of our best coaches. I mean, everybody.
They've
all been great. But it's not always the easiest. The person you want to try to avoid is a galvanizing personality in your gym, right? I'm not saying everybody's got to love everybody, because people go to the classes they want to go to based off the coach, like, or follow a coach. Like, people follow Julia around all the time. Like, it's because they like Julia and her style and her delivery. I'm not expecting everybody to please everybody. But if that person, 30 people don't go to a class because of that person, or like, or don't even want to, like, in the same class have gossip or drama with, you can't do that, because we are, I preach it, family, community, all that stuff. We all have that family member we're like, oh shit, I don't really want to answer the phone right now. And that's what you got to protect yourself against, because it's coming from a good place from that person, but it might not be the best for them. It'll make them feel bad at the end of the day if you empower them.
What's one decision that you'll never compromise on for growth?
I won't, it's the same thing I keep saying over and over again. I'm not going outside of our family. I don't care. This is for us, by us, and to continue to be us. Like, this is what it is. It's not going outside of this. You're in the house of green and black, well, I'll open the door for you wherever you want to go. But if you're not in this house, don't knock on it.
So,
Sounds a little cultish.
It is.
He's our Vin Diesel. It's Fast and Furious 11. Right?
Family.
So looking at near-term focuses right now, what is when you're looking at, because I know we've had some of these conversations recently, and it's not to disappoint potential franchise owners or owners that are looking to expand, but when you're looking at a pipeline and a footprint that's just like what are you looking for, and like what makes it better or not better? Yeah,
I plan for success, right? Don't do something to avoid failure. Plan for success, right? So if you're going to a spot, I want to be able to pack it out with 400 members. Don't go to spots too small. I say that because I made my mistake. This Freehold gym used to be down there. It was a shoebox.
Half of the workouts were always outside.
It was mostly
Even
outside.
It was cold. That February, we were working out outside.
Yeah, you had your 4x4 foot square to do a burpee, and it was more like a crawl down, pop up.
Everyone thinks Mike Farrell grows a beard out because he's cool. No, it's PTSD from having a coach outside.
The elements. But yeah, plan for success. Plan for growth, right? If your goal is to have multiple gyms, you better open up the first gym with that intent. Where you go is important. But that's one thing that's I see. Because I say it because I've made that mistake. I go, I don't got this. Like, I'm nervous. Let me take a cheaper lease, smaller space, get it going. No, man, plan for success. If the numbers match up and we think from a real estate standpoint it's a good fit, go for it. Don't nerf yourself. Yeah.
Don't know if I know you're always growing. What's one initiative that's really going to level up the brand this year? Pretty much.
So a couple big ones,
Yeah.
right? Again, I want to create generational health, and we got to start younger and end older. Right now, don't get me wrong, these workouts are for everybody. I really do believe in that. But some of the scalability options get a little bit too task heavy for people that didn't exercise later in life, and they want to still incorporate fitness or learn some new things, because we can do that. I mean, half this equipment we have in here is really physical therapy equipment. So senior citizens, that's a big agenda for next year that I really want to hit. And then foundational fitness on the other end, not for athletes. Speed and agility is fun, don't get me wrong, it's got its place. But the whole market is missing foundational fitness for our youth. The kids that don't do sports, AKA 85% of kids, right? They're on iPads, they're on screens all day long, right? Or they're not confident in school to do gym class. We need to save them right away. And I think we can totally do that, and we have the flexibility within our schedules to accommodate that. 30 minutes is more than enough. Go out to parks, make an outdoor program, do something, but that's going to be a huge agenda for us from a big growth standpoint, and what I think is really next for the brand. Yeah.
So there's no success without the failures. And like you said earlier, the faster you fail, the easier it will be to replicate success. So what is a playbook you're proud of that others might overlook? Or not just a playbook, but what are the little intricacies of a team build, I think is more important to say in that others overlook that you think that you do really well?
Bringing the team together. Yeah, bring your team together, do something as a team. Doesn't have to be fitness either. Go out and grab lunch. I mean, it sucks I'm not here as much as I used to be, but I've seen a lot of great leaders do it. I mean, you guys do it. I think you guys are going to happy hour in 15 minutes. But bring people together, and especially your staff, bring them together, because we actually do work independently. I mean, we don't do front desk, right? Usually the owner's paying somebody to be there, they're going to let them be there. So bringing the people together, we used to forget, as a staff, oh shit, we all like each other. So I think bringing it together is something that's overlooked, and it doesn't take much, man. Once a month, dude. Once a month. James in Tom's River does a great job of that, I think. But that's a big one. And what was the other question? Somebody messed up?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Well, going into the next question, what would be a mistake that you have made and has changed the system? I know you said there's multiple.
Yeah.
So you feel free to touch on maybe one to three. We'll keep it.
But what's a metric
Points.
that supports that you did mess up?
Shit, man. There's a lot. So if you were looking at it client facing, right, I think not doing enough touch points or figuring out a way to systemize touch points, which I think you've helped a lot with, is very important. Because, it's an hour, man. I don't care if there's 50 people in the room. You can say hi, what's up, how you doing to every single person and actively listen. So I think for client-facing, that's a problem that we had early that we tried to fix. It's kind of hard. It's one of the hardest things to train, because
it is.
How do you make somebody a people person?
It is.
Yeah, but that's
really true.
super important. From a managerial standpoint, talking to staff, there's communication. I mean, I'm the worst at this. I don't know how you guys deal with me, but I say something in my head. It does not come out that way in text or email.
And you're like, am I fired? Am I reprimanded? And he goes, hey, what's going on? I lost sleep for 2 days. What do you mean? What's going on?
We call it the caveman Anthony language.
Half the time he doesn't even remember texting it. That's the worst. He's like, oh, I did that. Oh. He's like, I don't know, I did it.
My inspirations come when they come. But no, the communication is a big thing, and speaking other people's language is another big thing that I used to mess up all the time. Honestly, you flash it back to when I opened up the first gym at Myron De Silva. I just figured he would catch on, and I didn't talk to him about what I was trying to accomplish. So sharing your goals and making them measurable, smart goals, realistic too, with your team, and sharing that, right? Because we're in a great position, right? We split our burdens with our teams, right? And then we triple down on the excitement when we get to celebrate. So don't hold it all in. You're not doing everything. It's just not possible. If I kept doing only everything, I would still have the one gym in Jackson.
Right.
And then from a franchise standpoint, I have more mistakes. From a franchise standpoint is probably early on being too critical of not doing it how I would do it, and not realizing that again, I'm getting in the way. Why I didn't do it to my coaches? Why am I doing it to other owners? I shouldn't have to hold their hands. Let them be them. Because early on, when you, again, it took me 2 years to write the manuals and the FDDs and all this shit. And when you see the playbook being not executed how you wrote it down, you get pissed, and then you realize, oh, my version of best might not be the best. And then we amend and we edit and we advance. So that took me a little bit to get used to, and I think now that's one of our strengths.
Yeah.
We're a copycat, right? Yeah. That works down there in Tennessee. Let's do that shit up here.
Yeah.
Barnegat, that promo worked for you. Let's run it back up here.
No egos.
Yeah. So yeah, kill the egos, and it's a hard thing to do because you got to consistently kill it.
Yeah. Do you have a member or a team story that captures what the differences in sets are, or maybe like kind of what sets us apart? Like, is there someone you want to share?
Oh yeah, I could go on forever with this one, but I think my favorite ones are the early days of Rugged Maniac.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun.
Right? I mean, we'd have I think we were like half the race. One.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but we had a sea of green. That was really just Jackson and Freehold. A little bit of Old Bridge was there towards the end. But we would have like 300, 400 people go to that race, buy everybody's shirts. So you'd see all of our teammates. And then Jeff Lefkowitz, Keith, Murphy, Gene Quintieri, me and Mike would sit at this ramp wall. So it was like a half pipe. It was like the Rugged Maniacs had a mud run that's no longer around. But it was a big half pipe like this that for a lot of people couldn't do it unless they had help. So we would stay there for 2 hours, ripping people up. Just grab them by the forearm. Mike be on one side, be on the other side, ripping them up. Jeff be doing the same thing. We'd be drinking a lot of beers up there. But I think that was
those beers just appear too. I don't know where those come from.
Oh yeah.
It was just I got another one in my hand.
Amanda Daly. That's where they came from.
As we're racing.
Nooner. But yeah, they doing that. That was a cool moment because everybody was just helping each other. You're muddy, you're gross, you're hot. You don't even know if you're gonna make it. Some people did not make it. But they would, it was cool to do. And when they're hanging on a ledge, I was come on, dude. That's
you're right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then that same year, we all went to happy hour that night in Freehold.
We would go to happy hours afterwards.
We didn't know how many people would come because it's a gym. It's a box gym. Who knows how many people? Hundreds of people come. And it's wow, we are really friends here. Not just the employees. Literally, all of us are friends.
So those moments, the parties, when we go up on stage and just joke around for a little bit, you look out in that crowd and holy shit, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
We pack out that. We can't go to that bar no more.
No.
Oh no.
We're going to the dome this year. We need a fucking dome.
We need a dome.
Yeah, and that's cool. Tribe is another great thing too. I mean, that's people looking at a workout and then selling their souls on the workout, and that's been a fun project too.
All right, coming near the end here with Anthony, we're going to look at more or less what it's like for the journey of an employee, if you're an employee right now, depending on where you are in your journey. I think one of the coolest things, it's not a question, I just do think this is one of the best parts about Anthony and maybe your owner, but also just this company as a whole, is if you have your niche, this is the company to do it because we can find a way for you. And that we're constantly, I honestly do believe this, that we're probably the only maybe local gym, if you want to still call us small, that looks every single day for opportunities to advance somehow, and not just in the fitness industry. We're always looking for marketing ways. We're always looking for sales ways. We're always looking for different ways. We talk about so many different industries that have nothing to do with fitness. All the time. We're always looking at what failed the food, this fast food chain, or what failed this, or how do they do this. So can you, for either a current employee or just as a blank statement, map the career ladder from I'm a member and I'm thinking about it, or I'm a younger person, whatever it is, I want to become a coach here, to potential ownership? What does it look like? What's the timeline? Because it's definitely, like you've said a couple of times, it's not, I got $100,000 in my pocket, I've been coming here for a month, let me open a gym. Black and white, what's this journey?
It's our pillars: purpose, passion, progression, right? If you feel that in your belly, you want to do it, right? That person comes to the gym or whatever, they progress to a coach and they go, oh man, this is who I am. This is where I feel like I'm actualizing my potential, my spot in this world, right? You keep pushing, relentlessly grow, progress. After you progress, realize your results, right? They go back to square one and start actualizing something else. keep doing that, right? So from a coach, be undeniable. Oh, I got to make this person my manager. Everybody in the gym loves them. I can't just keep them 2 shifts. They're the favorite coach. I need you on 5 days a week. Crush that job, right? Get paid so much in commissions and, you know, demand such an increase in your business that the owner has no problem giving you raises, right? Because if you are truly undeniable, the gym's going up, and I don't care. Keep giving raises. What the hell? It doesn't matter. So if you find yourself like I'm executing at such a high level, and still have enough, you know, still humble enough to realize that you can still grow, right? And then you reach out and you try to find out how other people got their pathway, because we have such great minds in this, right? We have so many great minds in this company right now where you could pick their brain and it's just a slack away. Hey, Ant, you know, I want to hop on a call. Hey, Dobbs, like, I'm interested in learning about marketing. Sabrina, how do I really sell? Mike, how do I program a workout to be a little bit more part of that team? Because I would love to do that. You know, if you just put it out there, the 4 of us at the top have no problem spending 2 hours with you on the phone. We don't care, right? We will talk to you. If you have aspirations, if you want to learn more about what we're doing, we will talk to you. It is never a bother. I will not answer the phone if I'm with my kids. Well, I'll get back to you. You know what I mean? Nobody's that busy. I know I'm not that busy. So I think that's a big thing too, is learn from the people that are walking that walk or at the higher level, and then boom, grow again. Research, read books, or listen to books if you don't read. We are still trainers. You know, we're still gym guys. So listen to stuff. Find people, find inspirations, right? And then, you know, if you are ready and you want that next step after being a manager for a year or two, do it for a year or two. Because I know it's all rainbows for 3 months. You got to do it for a year or two, right? Do it when you got some shit going on in your life that's hard. You know what I mean? Outside of the gym, something that's going hard. And if you can still show up and be passionate about what you're doing on the floor, then this is for you. You know what I mean? But if you face a couple of challenges and you hit this, because all of you guys and the people I have at the top right now have all had challenges in here. No?
Yeah.
And you guys all still came to work like ready to do this and still handle your business. That shows that you're meant for this.
This is the outlet, though.
Yeah, this is the outlet.
This is the place where you're like,
yeah, you know how to do this. You know, I don't know how to be a dad of 3 kids yet, but I know how to do this. But like I said, if that's you, right? And you can if you have the funds, great. If you need the funds, be transparent, because we are developing a capital group now to pull from, right? We will generate startup capital for you. They will be through a course of interviews. It might come from me, it might come from other people, but we will have a capital group now, you know, for over the next year or two to really, you know, put more energy into the coaches that are ready.
That's awesome.
Because I don't believe you have to wait. That's a big thing, I think, in this industry. We're messing up. Everybody is waiting for the perfect opportunity, or they think they have to be 35, 45 to own a gym. No, fuck that. I was 23 years old when I had 2 gyms, right? Or 24 when I had 2 gyms. You could totally do it. Do not wait. That's the biggest thing. Oh, I need my MBA. I need to learn business. No, man, you don't. You don't. If you are passionate and you hit it every day, again, attack, you will punch your way through. You will learn what you need to learn, and then you will execute if you care enough, right? If you don't care, you wouldn't even make it to manager. You know, but if you keep punching through and really keep hitting it, and you have that mentality, we will find it for you. We'll find opportunity for you. Platform you and get the fuck out of the way and let you run your show. And that's the real deal right there.
I think that goes to even current owners, because I could tell you from being on the side or being on the support team through this, is that from Jackson, Anthony went from Jackson to Freehold, bigger Jackson, bigger Freehold. Every year since this thing has started, he never went, oh, well, we don't have 400 members yet at Jackson. He goes, no, right to Freehold. And then it wasn't that we had 400 members yet at Jackson. He went, expand. And then the members came, and then it was expanded in Freehold. And then it goes, and even then, still wasn't 400 each. And then it goes, let's go to Old Bridge. And then it was Hamilton. And then it was like, it was never, okay, when I get to this number, it was, no, we got to give them the home and the number will come. And now all the gyms are over that number. And it's now, like you said, it's an expectation. So that attack mentality is like you were saying, lead by example. And it's been like that from day one, where it was literally every I remember one year I was like, all right, maybe this is the year we're going to relax. And it goes, Old we're going to Old I was like, oh, okay, man, we're going to Old. We lost Anthony for a summer because he was. You would think he would hire a team. No, he was the team building out the gym.
Well, my father's a carpenter. He built for a living, right? And I saw, the pride he had when he would take me to the city on what he did, and I do believe in that. You gotta get your hands dirty. All of our owners do.
Yeah.
Get your hands dirty, man, because that increases your love for it. It shows that you're putting your love into it, right? You want a bigger farm, you got to take care of the farm. You know what I mean? So I think that's very important. But yeah, man, you got to keep.
He's even gone to Florida. He's gone to other states to help. Literally, like he's saying right now, he's saying that he's traveled to these states to build him out.
Yeah, roll out turf. Love turf day. Love turf day. But yeah, man, I love every aspect of this, and I think one thing I could help you with is that I've done everything from mopping floors at Coastal Carolina in their weight room to now running this company at the franchise level and everything in between. There hasn't been a job or an assignment that I've given out that I haven't done. I'm doing the merch out of my house right now so I can learn what that takes. Yeah. Like when people get merch, it's coming from my home. I'm folding it and putting it in there.
That inquiry email is not going to team. It's going to Andrew.
Yeah. You see it right on the subject. It's coming right from me. So again, I have never given and listen, I'm sure not everybody loves the way I do things. I get that. But I promise you, I would never make them do something that I didn't do already and know what it takes. Right? So I can have your back throughout that process. And if it is something new, I'm going to go through it with you. All right? And that's a big thing too. I think that's important for us to stay true to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't ask of you when I didn't already ask of myself.
You touched base on this a little bit. How do you continue to invest in your education and your mentorship, to this day? I mean, and how can you encourage other people to keep doing the same thing, whether they're a coach, whether they're an owner, or looking for their second location? What is just ways to invest into yourself?
I mean, I think everybody's got to spend an hour a day doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Don't scroll. If you're going to scroll on somebody that's got some good content for you to learn from. But there's just so much information out there. I have a exercise science degree. I have such a dumb degree, I had to make my own job. That's how useless my degree is. All right? An exercise science degree of garbage. Yeah. I had to make my own job.
This is going to get featured at the Fortune 500.
Yeah. I can't wait till my alma mater asks me to come speak, and I'm going to say, you guys are fucked now.
I would be clipping this that day.
But I knew nothing, but I recognized I knew nothing. And I had the blessing of meeting great mentors early in my life. My father-in-law being one of them, Dave Hernandez, Carl Castronova. They taught me how to operate a business. They taught me, if you lead with your heart and you're transparent and authentic, it will come. And look how great those guys are. Right. I mean, can't beat those guys. Yeah. And I'm cool with advice. I'd never say, I don't go into something I'm not going to pull something out of it. I read a book. If I can get one sentence out of that, that's it. That's my nugget right there. I'm going to keep that one. It's worth it. So yeah, spend time every day or talk to somebody every day. Don't just be, introvert. Go out there, find the information, talk to people. And luckily we live in an age right now where everybody's pretty accessible, But yeah, from masterclass to going to conferences and talking with shop with other people, put yourself out there, do the work on your own end, but put yourself out there and talk to people that are better than you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Last two questions here. This is a fun one. What is Sets in 3 to 5 years?
Whatever we want it to be, man. I'm cool with staying at 15, right? But I think we need to help more people.
Yeah, I don't believe you. That was the biggest lie you've ever said.
I think the whole industry, if I speak on that, is that we're coming with a much more educated consumer in the next 5 years, right? So we see Gen Z coming up, millennial down. I think we want more for fitness. Our parents did not care about the way we care about it.
Zero.
They don't go. People go food shopping now. My wife is the best at this. She'll find the right food for our kids, make sure there's no additives or anything to do with those apps. There's so many people doing that. People are health aware, and because of that, they're going to demand more from their fitness. Belonging to a gym and going once a month isn't it anymore. Going for walks is not enough anymore, right? People are listening to podcasts that support this, which I think is also very big, too, from an education standpoint. But subscribe, yeah. But I think people want more from fitness and are making that a priority at a very high level. If you would have told somebody 15, 20 years ago, hey, you're going to spend $180 on your gym membership. You're going to invest another $150 on a nutritionist. You're going to go to a functional medicine doctor to get your blood work done quarterly. They would be like, I'm eating Doritos, dog.
Yeah, like leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Yeah.
It's my cigarette.
So again, the market is there, and we're seeing it. I mean, the numbers are through the roof. Like, people want this.
Yeah.
They want more from their gym, and I think Sets as a whole is more.
Yeah.
Like we care more, we do more, we're cheaper. We are for our communities, and I think Sets will eventually bring in more modalities. I think we're going to try to become a one-stop shop for all health and wellness. You know, recovery lounges, spa treatments, having a physical therapy, massage therapy outlet. We're working on that project in South Carolina right now to pilot that, a big 10,000 square foot barn that will have all those things. And also a community aspect of coffee, walking tracks, football fields, to give everybody an epicenter of health, right? And I think that's kind of where it's going. But yeah, the more these people want to rip, the more we'll rip gyms. Yeah.
Last final question, final words, I guess, to two different types of audiences we're speaking to. First would be a career-minded coach, you know, where would be a good next step for them to progress.
Yeah.
Or to serious operators. What's a good next step for them? Maybe if they're looking to expand or just develop their own location overall. Maybe if they're struggling with their own location, what would be a good next step for them? I guess if you're comfortable speaking like raw numbers on camera or like using ranges, using examples, you can, but if not, just kind of an overall idea for those two different types of people and like what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of the same answer for both of them, honestly, is go talk within our company to the people that you want to be, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you are a coach and you want to be a gym owner, good for you, man. There's like 12 right now that you could talk to via Slack. Just hit them up, set an appointment, go to their class, right? There's a good coach, right? Justin Myers throwing these crazy ass classes all the time. Go take his class. You know what I mean? Learn from him. Like, oh, how'd you come up with that? Or like, why are you coaching like this? Learn from within, you know? And then go experience other brands too. I think that's essential. But if you're an owner, talk to the person that's making the most sales that month, right? Every single person should be calling Kayla right now from last month, right? She had 45, Kim, sorry. Kayla's misses for many. But you hit up Kim. Everybody go hit up Kim. She sold 45 gym memberships last month. What the hell did she do? July's a dead month. How do we do that?
Yeah.
Right? So everybody should have called her already. Barnegat, your revenue leaders, year over year. How are you doing that? Do you think Barnegat is a better demographic than Old Bridge or Freehold? No, I don't. Do you?
No.
Better than Murfreesboro? No. So call them. Find out like how are you tapping in? What are you doing inside your gym? Don't just ask like what's your marketing scheme, right? We all pretty much do similar stuff. Ask what are you doing in gym to retain your people, and then tell them and getting them to spread your word. Because again, guys, like we spend a lot of time and research and efforts in marketing our gym. I don't care if you have a billboard at Times Square. Somebody telling me, oh, my friend Sabrina, she works out. She knows what she's doing. Told me to try out this gym. I go because Sabrina told me to go. Yeah. That means more, right? So figure out how your communities are growing from within and making them into salespeople. And I think, you know, that's what Will's big takeaway was. But yeah, go talk to people that are doing what you want to do and then build a plan.
That's great. Well, you get the last word. So anything you want to say?
Yeah, get after it. Keep getting after it. Keep crushing it. Keep doing what we're doing, right? Keep your head down, horns forward. Don't look left and right at what everybody else is doing from other brands because we don't give a shit. We don't care, all right? Do what you're doing, execute at a high level, and coach like your life is dependent on it, and there's only green from here, right? That's it. That would be my last word. Horns forward.
Horns forward.
Love it.
That's it.
All right?
Horns forward.
See you guys in the next one.
That's it, man.